Hi everyone, it's Victor speaking, and I'm here to talk to you about the first house today. So we're going to be talking about the ascendant itself and the chart ruler itself because they are a little bit different. So the ascendant is the vehicle that showcases a general attitude and an outlook on life. So the ascendant is something you negotiate with and interact with the world around you. So I would call it as a one-to-one interaction. This is something to do with your open agenda. And it describes your personality as well. The ruler will reveal the motivation and the hidden directive behind the ascendant. So imagine the ascendant being a vehicle, and the size of the vehicle, the type is very much dependent on the ascendant sign itself. And the chart ruler is going to tell you what type of driver are you. And of course, these two can be sometimes a little bit completely different. Imagine an Aries rising sign. Maybe you're going to have the vehicle underneath you as a motorbike, but then you've got a Virgo chart ruler, so the ruler of your rising sign, which is used to driving, for instance, a small practical car. So there is going to be some indifferences there. So it is you, the driver of the vehicle, and the route you take. Basically, the vehicle is the ascendant, and the route you want to take is going to be the ruler of your ascendant. Once I read it somewhere, someone was describing it with a ship. And I feel like actually it's a very good example because you are sailing through the ocean, and obviously the route you want to take, that's very dependent on the driver. Of course, you can let the ship just, sail wherever it wants to go, but, you need a human body behind the wheels. So each ascendant has got its ruler, and therefore the ascendant has got 12 possible sign placements. So altogether, we can have actually 144 combinations. So it is definitely complex, and I'm going to give you some tips how to go about it. The ascendant itself belongs to the fire element. So what motivates you when you leave the front door? Basically, this is the starting point, the birth of the body. So I would call it as the first point of a compass. The opposite, which is going to be the descendant, that belongs more to the air element, and that's all about how we connect with others. The IC is going to be a water element, and that talks about the emotional roots. And the midheaven is an earth-related point of the compass, which is all about something which is long-lasting, a lasting impact, a mark we leave on the earth, something we can accomplish easily. So some of the keywords to the rising sign is something to do with your appearance, your physicality, and your expectations of your appearance. So it's not enough to look at your rising sign and determine how you're going to look like. That's your, I would call the rising sign itself is the perfect body for you. And don't get me wrong, for instance, if you've got a Pisces rising sign like myself, it doesn't mean that the perfect body for you is something to do with large, but maybe it's just a larger outlook on life. So the rising sign is going to describe your personality, the story behind your life, your initial behavior with others. So this is something to do with basically a personality badge, how I greet others, our perception towards reality. But also it's going to talk to you about what you expect from others and how you want to be treated. So for instance, a Libra rising sign wants to be treated equally, right? So, and the ruler is going to be determining additional reactions when you are not treated fairly. So The rising sign itself shows how you would introduce yourself to others, what you look for in others, but also this is your body. Now, in ancient astrology, they believe that the first house is something where you can calculate how long you're going to live for. This is the house which is so much associated with your physical well-being. Now, I don't necessarily look at that. Whenever I get to those chapters, when I read about these, I just cut them out because I think I would be curious and I would go there and I would be trying to figure out what my chart indicates. And I don't think these programs are necessary for us. So therefore, I'm not going to be talking about that. However, it is something to do with your term ruler, apparently. I've never tested it, so I'm the wrong person to be asked. But speaking about the body itself, so if you want to be looking at the term ruler, sorry, the triplicity ruler belongs to the how long we're going to live for. The term ruler, so it could be a descriptive energy of your physical body. So let's suppose that you've got a Pisces rising sign. You're going to have to look at what degree your rising sign is falling onto. Let's suppose it's 2 degrees of Pisces. You want to be looking at in the essential dignity, who rules that territory, that 2-degree territory by term position. Let's suppose that it's going to be Venus. So you would want to be looking at your Venus in the chart. Maybe Venus is also going to be in Pisces. So Venus likes sweet things. Pisces has no boundaries. So the body could be, unfortunately, a little bit bigger. This is my personal example. I have always thought about, or with my weight, it's not that easy. There is also Mars around my rising sign, so there is this yo-yo effect going on. I lose weight, I put on weight. Anyway, one day I'm going to activate that bloody Mars and I'm just going to lose it all. So, but also you want to be combining that with the placement of the ruler of your rising sign as well. And those two should be describing your physical appearance. So this rising sign is something to do with what type of clothing I would be putting on, or in what ways I would be interacting with others. So, by the way, in astrology, the rising sign and the descendant are the horizon, and the rising sign, the point where the sun would rise at the moment of your birth. So therefore, the rising sign will describe how you emerge into the life. So we're gonna have to delineate a couple of things here, because I feel like plenty of students are mixing things up. So, you know, the sun is, if I have to describe, as I said, the rising sign is the vehicle you drive. The moon is your backpack, and the sun is the destination. And the chart ruler is going to be the way you drive that car, for instance. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples in a minute. And of course, if you've got any planet around the rising sign, I would say approximately within about 8 degrees, those are going to kind of modify your personality. And those planets will become very obvious to other people. Might not be obvious to you, but it will be obvious for others. And this is the same with the midheaven as well. So having any planet around them becomes extraordinary, you know, particularly important in your chart. So I would say that when you are examining the rising sign, you have to examine the descendant as well. And I made a video about the descendant. So if you are curious, then check out on my YouTube channel. You're going to be able to find that. But I would describe the ascendant-descendant axis as a seesaw energy. So somehow seeking equality. And as I said, the rising sign is how you interact, how you negotiate with others. And the descendant is going to be a point in your chart which you might project onto others, or those hidden traits which you don't want to recognize within yourself. And this is the axis we call as horizon. So if you've got the sun above the horizon, then it means you were born in a day chart, or you were born not in a day chart, but daytime. And if the sun is underneath these points, then actually you were born at night. So we would call this axis as the axis of encounters. So probably if you read about the ascendant, you're going to see that this is your skin. This is the mask you wear. This is the costume you put on. So the mask, because, you know, this is how you portray yourself to others, but that might not be your real personality. That is going to be something to do with your moon, because the moon is going to be talking about the everyday interactions, how you interact with others, how you react to certain situations, with what happens unexpectedly with you. So, you know, maybe an Aries rising sign is going to show how much of a tough guy that rising sign energy is. But then the moon, or the ruler of the rising sign, is going to be in Pisces. And at heart, that person is going to be extremely soft, and behind closed doors, they're going to be crying. So the rising sign is something to do with the first impression you make to others. So of course, the personality is very complex. So if you want to be describing someone's personality fully, then you have to describe the rising sign itself, the rising sign ruler, aspect to the rising sign, okay, especially the conjunctions, squares, and oppositions. And that's how you would receive a picture about what motivates the person. And the ruler is going to be talking to you about the way you drive that car. So an Aries rising sign wants to go speedy, but if you've got the ruler in Taurus, or maybe in a fixed house or a Caden house, that car is not going to go that fast, because I'm going to be a little bit cautious. Okay, so moon is your hidden agenda, something you wouldn't necessarily reveal on your first date. You know, so if you have got bad habits, such as, I don't know, I'm picking my nose, or you know, I like eating beans and I have to rush to the toilet, that's your moon sign, and you don't want to show that immediately. You put the mask on, that, and that's what you're going to show with your rising sign. So once again, the ascendant is the car we drive, the moon, what we take with us on the journey, and the sun is the final destination. And the size of that vehicle depends on the rising sign. So for instance, if you've got a Leo rising sign, it's kind of a regal car. It's going to be dignified. It's going to be, you know, huge and grandioso. Virgo probably would be sitting in a tiny practical car. Aries would be sitting in a speedy car, or, you know, with a robust engine. A Cancer probably would be going in a caravan or a family car. Scorpio would want dark and tinted windows, so no one can really see them, and so forth. So in karmic astrology, the ascendant is said the sign where the body stepped into this incarnation. So therefore, energies you bring from your previous life as well. So the ascendant is how we start, how we initiate things. The ruler is kind of going to tell you how you finish those things off. So you might start passionately, and then that passion drops at one point. You know, so some signs will start very cautiously, such as Cancer or Capricorn. But if the ruler is, for instance, in Aries, they might become a little bit agitated, frustrated when things are not speedy enough. So they're gonna push the step pedal fast, the gas pedal faster. So the rising sign is going to be talking about the quality of your birth. So what experiences you had during your fertility. And the 12th house is actually going to talk to you about the last 1 month of your, before you were born, and how you felt, how safe or how unsafe you felt in mommy's belly. So I will usually say that the rising sign is the mask we wear to protect our moon. So if we think about an Aries rising sign and moon in Pisces, just think about that for a minute. So as I said, Aries is the go-getter, is the pusher, is the initiator, but moon is, you know, in Pisces might have lack of confidence. And at home, they just fall in bed because they can't pretend anymore what the world wants to see. And the rising sign is the interaction point with the world. So the rising sign also could describe to you what type of behavior your parents wanted to teach you. So as Aries rising sign is told not to fight. A Libra is told to say sorry for everyone if they do something wrong. So therefore they become people pleasers. Scorpio is told not to trust anyone because this is a dangerous world. And of course, you know, this is what you're going to store within your body, which eventually becomes a physical manifestation. So the ascendant shows the very first breath you took. This is one of the reasons why Mercury has got planetary joy here, because Mercury represents your breath. However, I'm not going to speak about that, why Mercury likes being here. There is plenty of reasons for that. And I made a webinar on that. So if you are interested, check it out on my website, astrovictor.com. So the ascendant ruler is the primary motivating force to act in the world. Basically, it's going to be the source of power. And if you know me well, I know you know that I use traditional rulers, but it's worth having a look at the modern rulers as well, because you know the generational planets are going to be talking about the generation you were grown up or grown within. So that could talk to you how you want to fit into that generation. So the rising sign ruler is basically like a GPS, and it leads you on the right road, or it's trying to, but sometimes it's gonna, you know, be a little bit problematic because the battery is gonna run out, or and so forth. So and you know, the rising sign, the way it travels, the ruler, the way it travels through the chart, it's going to be stopping, you know, at certain petrol stations to fill up the tank. And then you might get distracted. So this is, the rising sign ruler talks about the self-discovery of your journey, the specific road you want to be taking. So, you know, I'll give you an example. Let's suppose that your rising sign is Gemini. So what is the core of Gemini? Wants to be understood, wants to be listened to, wants to be gathering ideas, learning, and so forth. A brilliant writer. And the rising sign ruler would be telling you what type of book you would be writing. So if it's in a water sign, maybe you would be writing about emotions and how to save the world. But if it's in an earth sign, maybe you write about business opportunities. Okay, so, or if you have got Gemini rising sign, as I said, how we want to be listened to, how we communicate, that's what the ascendant is going to talk about, that you want to communicate. But the ruler is going to tell you what you are curious about, what area of life you want to study about, what type of questions you would be asking, what you like talking about in general. So also the rising sign, as I said, represents your skin. So the ruler of your rising sign is going to tell you how you can get comfortable in your own skin. So I hope this video helps you to delineate the differences between the ascendant, which is the motivation, and the ruler, which is actually the fuel within the engine. I hope it helps you to get your chart going a little bit from maybe a fresh perspective. So thank you very much for listening to me. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe and, you know, all those type of nice things so I can build my channel. Have a lovely day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.